ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are doing amazing today in another video. Okay, so um yeah, lately a lot of things have happened, and I'm just trying to view things from a positive perspectives, rather than, oh, bad things are happening, and um this is bad, and Um, I'm trying to always kind of extract a lesson from anything that happens to me, because I know that ultimately everything happens for my greater good, even if I don't see it, right? And so, uh, yeah, and so as for you guys, try to always, look at things from a different perspective, because we can always choose, right? We can go into victim mode, right? Or we can try to empower ourselves by looking at things from a different perspective, So, yeah, but, anyways, a couple of very unusual things happened, and one is that, we lost our house keys, right? And that was very strange because, well, of course, I was running after my child, right? And I had a bag in my hand, and my keys somehow fell out of my bag even though it was closed. So it was strange. But, anyways, another strange thing is, um, on that day, right? And this never happens, like literally never, but on that day my balcony was open, okay? And I was like, we tried the back. I was like, oh, there's no way, right? Like, I always close my balcony, like always, right? And so on that day when we came back, the door was wide open. And I was like, what? Like, how did this happen? So it's weird. That's one strange occurrence, right? Another is that on the next day, or like I think the day after maybe, I lost my phone. And I was like, oh wow, So we went to the mountains, we had a picnic there, and we had a really good time, But then when I came back, I checked my bag and I realized that my phone wasn't in my bag, and I kind of panicked, right? Because everything is on my phone, right? And um, well, let's just say that I was pretty shocked, and because my SIM card was also inside, right, along with my number. And I was like, okay, I guess I don't have the same number anymore. But anyway, so I kind of made peace with it. I called some companies, and I just kind of made peace with it, right? I already had like an extra phone, which miraculously started working when I turned it on, and it's an even better phone actually. Okay, so that's the beauty of this too, right? Is that this phone is an even better phone, and so now I can use it, right? But guess what happened this morning? Suddenly my kid comes into my room, right? And he brings me my phone back. He's like, Mom, isn't this the phone that you lost? And I was like, yeah. And I'm looking at it like shocked, right? Because we actually even went out to look for the phone, right? We went back to the same place, to the mountains, right? And I was just completely shocked. I was like, how did you get this? Like, where did you find it? And he told me, oh, it's just behind the seat. And I was like, how did this happen? Like, this is impossible. My bag was locked. And when I opened it to check, to look for my phone, my phone wasn't there. And so, yeah, let's just say, a couple of really crazy things happened, and, but, luckily everything is okay, and everything worked out for the best and even better, So, um, and at that moment, right, I also realized something. And I was really, really proud of myself. I was proud of myself, and the reason being is because in the past I would have handled this situation very, very differently, okay? And right now, right, it's not just also about me, right, but my kid is with me. So he's paying attention to everything, right? And so he learns from me. And so he learns to handle problems the same way as me, right? Or in a similar way. And so in the past, I would have panicked. Um, I would have just started panicking. I would have been uh, a panicky cat that didn't know what to do. That would have just gotten lost, right? And I would have maybe, started going around asking if anyone has seen my phone, right? And um, then I would have been very nervous for a very long time, and very, maybe I would have cried, right? And I would have acted like it was the end of the world, basically, right? That's in the past, and that was the old version of me, right? And so, um, fortunately, chosen ones, right? And chosen ones are here, are old souls, right? And we're here to evolve, right? And we're here to evolve super fast, right? And even though you have this one lifetime, right, you're constantly growing, you're constantly evolving, you're constantly shedding skin, right? So you're like the snake that constantly sheds skin, or you're like this butterfly that is always like emerging, right, or turning into a butterfly, and then from, you kind of, you go through cycles, right? You go through cycles and periods of being in a cocoon like a butterfly, and then emerging into a butterfly, right? And so these periods are actually very common for the chosen ones, okay? And so here's the difference, right, between a lot of people in the 3D world, in the 3D matrix world, and the chosen ones, or the black sheep, or the empaths, right? Is that we evolve at a really, really, really quick pace, okay, in a rapid speed, and especially now, right? And the reason being is because, um, well, it's necessary. This is a part of who we are. It's a part of our soul contract. It's a part of our that's what we're meant to do. And the reason being is because by evolving, right, uh, we can help others evolve too. And as the pioneers of the new world, um, you guys, right, or the chosen ones, are at the front line, right? They're at the front. They're the leaders. They're the pioneers, right? And so they're supposed to evolve fast. They're supposed to. You guys are supposed to live unconventional lives. You're not supposed to, like, for example, just have like a regular job, right? And work there for the rest of your life. Okay, if that's what you think you're gonna do, then you're missing the point. Okay, um, by going through many, 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 many different experiences, and perhaps even changing many from many different locations, and meeting many different people, right? You guys are constantly evolving, right? It's like, take AI for example, right? So AI, right? I think I discussed this in one of my videos a long time ago. But how did they learn from one another, right? Their information, basically, when they can communicate or they can learn, and all of this information gets stored in the cloud, right? And they basically share this information and their experiences with one another, and from that they become smarter and smarter, right? And so this is how humans work too, right? And so but oftentimes, guys, okay, because we haven't done a reassessment or reevaluation of certain things, like for example our mindset, our location, our financial situations, or our relationships, right? Our everything, our energy, because we haven't assessed those and reevaluated those, because that every now and then, all of those things, all of those aspects, they need to to kind of, they need to be reevaluated, okay, in order for us to progress, right, and to evolve. And a lot of people, a lot of average people do not do this, right? They just stay in one place basically, okay? And so, and because of that, they also kind of assume that everyone else is the same, right? So it's projection, right? And so, for example, a lot of people think that, okay, you were this way when you were in high school, right? And so you must, in turn, because I haven't changed and I haven't evolved, right, myself, and I'm already like, I don't know, I'm much older, right, and more mature, right, uh, and I haven't changed, really, right? That means that everyone else is the same too, right? But the chosen ones, guys, they're not the same, okay? Anyways, but we get stuck for many different reasons, right? We get stuck for um, well, we get stuck because mainly because of our mind, right? Our mindset. In most cases, right, there is a way out. In most cases, there is a way out, especially if you have faith, right? Faith is everything, guys, okay? And so when you step into your faith, you will always be taken care of, okay? God will have your back, right? If you have faith, okay? And so, um, you know, so, whatever your situation is, just know that you can always get out of it, okay? As long as you have faith, guys. And I've been in situations like this before in my life, right? Where, the situation seemed hopeless, right? And I was like, I was telling myself, well, I'm stuck, right? I can't do anything about it. So, it goes, you go from feeling, helpless to um, just hopeless and you just almost completely give up, right? But once again, you're never alone, right? In this you're never alone in the things that you're going through, no matter what it seems like, right? And so there's always a way out, right? And guys, even if there isn't a way out, okay, then there's always the option of changing how you look at things, right? And so that's also important to consider, okay? And so there's that, right? But anyways, let's go back to the to people and mindsets, right? And like I said, most people will assume uh, that you guys, the chosen ones, right, are the same, okay? You're the same, as you were in high school, for example, right? And that's just insane, okay? That's such a crazy thing to assume, right? But it's really realistic because a lot of people, like I said, they don't change, they don't evolve, right? And so they stay the same. They have the same mindset, and they don't change much, even if it's a little bit. They don't change for the better necessarily. Okay, it might even get worse, right, over time. So, uh, quick evolution, quick change, rapid positive change, right? Happens with the chosen ones, okay? And like I said, that's because they're meant to be doing that. They're meant to do that so they can lead others too, so they can help others evolve, right? And once again, this will come with a lot of different obstacles too, because the enemy, it's a spiritual warfare, right? And the enemy doesn't want you to evolve. The enemy doesn't want us to evolve and progress, okay? He wants us stuck. He wants us stuck in a cult culture, right? He wants us stuck in a box, right? Being labeled with a label on our, forehead, right? He wants us to he wants us stuck in a certain place, for example, guys. Also, what you will experience when it comes to places, right, is once you change, you create changes on the inside, the outside must follow suit soon, okay? And so your outside world will have no choice but to start reflecting back to you, right? What your inside world is like, right? And so more often than not, guys, this involves or your evolution, right? Your energy upgrades, your ascension, right? Involves changing locations too, okay? And that's because the reason being is because it's kind of like with people, right? You can also, when you evolve, you will also notice that you are losing a lot of old people. You're leaving them back in the past, or you no longer resonate with their energy, right? And so that means that you're going to stop talking to them, or they're going to stop talking to you, right? And because people at the end of the day, they feel this energy, they feel this change, even though they can't place their fingers on it, right? They don't know exactly how you've changed, but they can certainly feel it. Okay, and guys, trust me, a lot of people are very sensitive. I've noticed over the years that people are extremely sensitive and intuitive. So yeah, people certainly feel this change, okay, within you. And so yeah, there's that, right? And so yeah, it's funny, right? Because the enemy does want you stuck. He doesn't want you evolving. He doesn't even want you to go into a different location, right? And the reason being is because, and you will notice this too, right? Like, for example, a lot of when people also are sensing this huge shift in your energy that's within you, that happened within you, right? A lot of people will try to come back into your life. A lot of past old people, people that you haven't spoken to in years, even, And guys, you will make a huge mistake if you try to take them back, okay? Because if you do, which I've done in the past, we're human, right? Like, we're here to learn and grow, right? And um, yeah, you will notice that there's nothing, you guys have absolutely nothing in common. And in most cases, they will try to basically hold you back, especially if it's your exes, right? For example, if they're trying to come back, right? Uh, and it can happen, like, for example, at certain pivots in your life, right? You will notice this too. So it will happen at certain very important pivots in your life, right? Where if you were to, for example, move to another place, right? Uh, where you will farther evolve, right? And well, the devil or the enemy is going to try to stop you from doing that. Okay, so he will send his minions, which will come in many forms. They will come in the form of your exes, your ex friends, right, or acquaintances, anyone really. Okay, but in most cases, it's like your ex friends and exes. Okay, and so yeah, if you've changed, if you've done a greater amount of work on yourself from within, then don't ever look back. Just keep moving forward, okay? And people that didn't appreciate you, and people that are like feeling that shift, right, in your energy, people that are feeling this richness that's within you, right? People can sense all of this, guys, okay? And they will try to come back also to kind of benefit from you in some way, So, um, they're gonna try to kind of like worm their way back into your life, But don't let that happen. Don't do that. Don't take them back. They don't deserve it, okay? If they weren't there for you when you were struggling, when you were going through all these different you know, issues and problems, and just if you were struggling on your own, right? And none of them were there to support you, then what makes them think they can just come back into your life when you've shifted, right? Or when everything is about to start getting really, really good, So no, they don't deserve a place in your life, okay? And God certainly probably wouldn't want you with people like this, because once again, they will pull down on your energy, okay? A lot of people are after your energy. If you have a good energy, they're going to try to use you. They're going to try to use that energy. They're going to try to benefit from your energy, okay, in one way or another. So be careful of even new connections that are coming in at important pivotal times right before your breakthroughs, okay? So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, okay? And stay tuned for more videos.